Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I am your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle Motivate You, where we talk about so many amazing stories with so many amazing folks. Today's guest is a good friend of mine for many, many years in the music world. He is an artist, musician, businessman, entrepreneur, philanthropist. Please welcome to the show, Kelley Andre. What's up, brother Kelley?
What's up, Brother June? June Arch in the building.
Yes, yes.
Way
We
done.
are here for what is going to be an amazing, amazing conversation. I hope that those who are watching and listening really tune in. Uh, Kelly's talking about some really great things that he has coming down the pike for 2022 to get us focused, but also to actually give back. Kelley, you are the CEO and director of I Love My Artist Foundation. For those who haven't heard about it, please give us a little bit of background as to what it is, why you even considered putting something like this together, and what does it benefit?
I Love My Artist Foundation was a nonprofit put together for artists, musicians, and creatives. It was we were building it out before the pandemic, and then the pandemic snuck in, and then it was more of an urgent need to have this business in order. And so all the things that we've been servicing most of the artists and creatives with is life insurance, health insurance, financial planning, emergency funding. We've done a series of fundraiser concerts. We've done some food pantries, viable resources for child care. Uh, when I say mental health, meaning mental health being a resource where people could just call in and get some help. We've done a couple of legal classes helping people out with their legal, with estate planning, getting their wills together, getting all their finances in order. So we've just been doing a full lineup of education and resources from the beginning of the pandemic up until this morning and tomorrow and next year and next week, just really giving back to which, we took from people. A lot of people have been in the industry for many years and we've been taking. So you just haven't given back. So God said, give back. So we're giving back and we're doing what we have to do. So it's just, and that's just a small, that's the cliff notes. I'm quite sure throughout the show we'll get to it. Our mantra is to uplift, educate, fulfillment, sustainability. All those things are important to us to make sure that artists, creatives, and musicians. Now, when I say artists, of course, June, you're an artist. An artist is an author. An artist is a singer. It's a musician. It's ballet. It's the DJ. It's the comedian. The creative is the videographer, the photographer, the director. So anyone who falls in that line of a creative, any type of creative artist and musician, it's not limited to. I think people were getting the message misconstrued with what defines an artist, who's an artist, and how do these services help. It helps a myriad of people. If you're creative, any type of creative, and we've garnered and we've partnered with so many wonderful organizations and different counterparts and constituents to help us push the message and keep pushing it forward. So that's what I Love My Artists is doing. We've created a scholarship uh, in the name of our good friend Trevor Allen, which who you know very well.
Yes.
Uh, we were creating the scholarship prior to his demise, and right after that, I was like, we have to put the scholarship in him. So we're offering two scholarships next year, two academic scholarships to two amazing students. We're giving those away next year. So this is going to be a recurring scholarship that we continuously do every year to make sure that we're continuously educating the future generation of creatives. That's just the basis of it. Business and education is important.
And we come from a world of live musicianship,
Mm.
artists, and all of these services that you're providing and educating those that are in this genre. For those who don't understand, like the life of a musician, like there's no pension, right? There are none of these things that are in place. Like, how
No.
tough is it, especially during this pandemic? How tough is it to get a live gig and you're getting cash or you might get paid under the table? Like for those who they might they look at it as, man, this is so dope. This world is so dope. They don't really understand what it takes, the grind, all these things that happen. How important is it, or I should say, let me ask you this: how tough is it as a musician, especially during these times?
I mean, in full transparency, is beyond tough. Um, if you don't have a formal education and have some level of, when I say education, you can have college, right? But if you're a full-time musician, you don't have a day gig and you're gigging, as you so put it, yeah, it's rough, man, because you've depended on that dollar for 20 years, 15 years, uh, singing. Every I mean, I can go on for hours about this, bro. As a musician, so let's remove CEO. Let's move directly. Let's go straight to the core of the comments. As a musician, when the pandemic hit, I watched all my gigs disappear off my screen, just like everybody else, right? I mean, tours, weekly gigs. I had a residency gig for 19 years at the same venue, gone. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you're used to living comfortably, um, and you're going out and you're making $500, $700, $1,000 a gig, $1,500 a gig, $200 a gig. You're doing this 4 or 5 times a week. You create a certain lifestyle. A lot of musicians, they're making this money. You know what they didn't have? Pension plan. You know what they don't have? Health insurance. You know what they don't have? Life insurance. Why? You have fast money. You're not thinking about it. You're not eating healthy. Nobody's eating healthy, right? Because we're gigging all day, all night. We're getting off 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. The closest thing around is fast food. Right? You're not eating healthy. You're not getting the proper rest because you got rehearsal the next day, right? So you're not allowing your brain and your body to recharge and get the proper rest, right? So you got mental health, you got financial stress, you got trauma because you got kids and how you going to feed your kids. You got the bill man knocking down your door, and you've been a musician for so long that what's the craft? What other craft do you have, right? Do you have a trade? There are a lot of musicians that don't have trade. What we found out with musicians is with the pandemic, nobody knew how to use Zoom. Who was on Zoom and StreamYard and all these other social media platforms as much as they are before them, right? So there's tech. Now you realize that there's a need for technology, right? Think about how many artists and musicians needed to now start recording at home. And for years, they never built a home recording studio. Or they didn't know. I think 90% of the people, including myself, was on Voicey, cutting records on Voicey. You know what I'm saying? So it's like COVID and the pandemic has unearthed all of our vulnerabilities, all of the artists and musicians' vulnerabilities, and it's wide open right now. And in seeing that, and being a man who sat in some depression as well too, I won't even lie to you. The grind for the musicianship is to pull together, to read some books, get some education, because all of a sudden education became very available online through the pandemic, right? There were opportunities and still opportunities that some people did not take advantage of. So I would implore people to, you can either self-educate, get some education, get some counseling, get some help, and educate yourself and grow. Like this is the time, like this is a reset. I call it God's reset to the world. This is a great time for reset to get your life in order, because we saw a lot of our friends, they're not here no more, and they didn't have their things in order. So I feel like I have a small responsibility, even if I could respectfully, you have a small responsibility to sow back into our industry to uplift and help our brothers and sisters and allies. It doesn't even matter the color of your skin, right? To be better, to do better. And I want to sow into that. I want somebody to sow into me. So if we ever see this road again like this, that we'll be better prepared. I just don't think that we were well prepared and well equipped. I think we're dope on stage, but the pandemic shows how dope off stage we're not.
And to that point, the only way to be able to give back and help is to be in the great mental space. We talk about mental fitness, mental health a lot, but what is it going to take as a community of musicians to help one another cope from a mental health perspective, as we're still getting some of our events back, right? We're still getting some of these gigs back, but now we're at a point where it looks like those gigs are going to start to end up being lost in the sauce again as things start to ramp up a little bit. That takes a toll, because you're saying, man, just when I was getting ready to get back on my feet, just when I'm getting gigs now, it looks as though in the not so distant future that these things are going to end up closing again. What can we do as a community of musicians to help one another at this time?
Fundraise. Check Just a couple of things we can. One, we need to fundraise. We need to continuously fundraise and figure out where this fundraising and this monetary cash is coming in. We need to use all of our resources uh, properly. Fundraise. We need to have communal conversations on our mental. We can't perform for anybody if this isn't right. Right? If this isn't right, there's no performance. Now you're faking the funk because it's going to show in your performance. So everything has to tie together. I think that we all collectively have to remove our egos out the way. Egos have to be removed out the way. I think that there needs to be a clear path and understanding and respect for each other, knowing that no man and no woman is better than the other one. Um, and that's all artists. I think artists who have sustainability and have finances, I think that, they've worked hard in their 20, 30, 40-year career. We would want them to be encouraging for the working musician and working artist. I'm not asking them to open their wallets because we're not saying that. But if you have a pathway and you have a way that you can help somebody else, everybody needed somebody to get to where they're at. Nobody did by themselves, right? So I think it should be an open arm, helping hand situation. Each one teach one. One man pull one up. It's like going on a ladder. You take one step, you take another. You put your pants on, left leg, right leg. It's got to be that concept. Removing egos, helping each other out, figuring out how we can really do it together, and having discernment on who you're dealing with and being transparent about it. No one's perfect. People make mistakes, but we're all in this together. Like COVID has shown that. And prior to COVID, we were playing ourselves before COVID anyway. This just unearthed it for everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let's keep it real. Like, we've been around a long time. I mean, forget about historically. Like, people were playing themselves before COVID. All COVID did was remove the cloak and exposed everybody's vulnerability and weaknesses. Now that we know that, in moving forward in this short, and if we know what it is and we see it coming, I think we should have been smart enough to equip with some kind of tools, some level of better knowledge to say, hey, I'm not going to fall back into this trap again. Hey, man, what can we do? How can we be creative? How can we build this monetary? Okay, what did we invest in? Okay, so everyone worked for the past heavily 6 to 7 months, right? Whatever money was made when we're playing catch up, how much of this money was investments? How much of this money is now liquid in a shoebox under your bed? How many bills did you pay off? Did you pay off your credit card bills? You understand what I'm saying? Did you invest in something that is now being the recurring dollar in revolve? What have you done financially to set yourself? Have you gotten health insurance yet? Right? Because you probably was sick, right? Did you get some health insurance, right? Whether free or not, right? Do you have, what have you done? And so we know what's going on. So I've been calling musicians June, honestly, for the past 2-3 weeks, randomly calling cats up like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? What's up, Kelley? Hey man, you got insurance? They're like, what? Just call and see if you got an estate plan, because my team, we've been sending emails, we've been posting videos, and in one of our meetings, I said, yeah, it's time to do some guerrilla marketing. And he's like, what do you mean guerrilla marketing? Guerrilla marketing is old school street marketing. It's like the flyer guy on West 4th Street back in the days, right? You already know. Pick up the phone, call the people, and ask the questions that they're not expecting to ask, because I have some resources now, and a lot of resources that can help. I want somebody to help me, but if I have the resources, why am I holding on to the resources?
Right. Can't cover
if I see what's happening coming down the pipeline, why am I holding on to the resources? I'm not afraid of anybody stealing the resources, right? The resources are free. They're for everybody, So if I can help, and I will help, then that's my job in the near future. For artists and musicians, they need something. If I can help, I can help. And I just believe that it'll be reciprocated for myself, because I'm still an artist. I'm not just a boss. I'm still an artist, right? I still have to gig. We still, my gigs are dwindling. December slow, bro.
Yeah.
You understand?
December's real slow. Real slow. Real
December.
Slow.
November, October, September. You couldn't. I don't think that we could have had this conversation, honestly, prior to now, because I've been nonstop from the time it opened up. You understand? So it's like this is a planting season. This is harvest time. And that's how I've now reset my brain. Like, oh man, work's not coming out. And it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. This is harvest time. Plant seeds. So we're planting seeds right now for fruitful harvest, not just for 2022, but for the rest of my life, for the rest of your life. We got to plant new seeds.
Right.
Crops have to be, fertilized. So we're fertilizing crop right now, and mistakes that were made, we learn from our mistakes. That's everybody. And you push forward. You push. You push. You push. You push. Determination is my acronym. It's this. You push. Determination equals success. So you keep pushing. If you're determined to do it, you're going to be successul in everything you do, man. I got acronyms all day, just like you do.
Definitely.
In that good book that you got over there.
No, I appreciate that. And one of the things, as it pertains to planting the seeds, 2022, we have an amazing event coming up. Soul Jazz Live Weekend, April 22nd to the 24th in Albany, New York. Tell us a little bit about it. What was the inspiration behind it?
Man, the inspiration behind that was exactly what we've been talking about. Prior to COVID, I was curating a jazz festival. Some people know, a lot of people don't know that, I have for years produced a lot of music festivals. A lot of people don't know. I mean, even in the industry side, they're like, what are you doing? You know what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, you might want to check my resume. So exactly. If you really, really want to know, I decided that I wanted to bring everything together. Music brings people together.
Definitely.
Right? Music brings people together. But when you have such a powerful message of health and wellness and education and finance, people listen, their listening aptitude is short-lived. So I believe that when you get people in the room and you get them focused on what you're telling, what you're selling, what you're talking about, what you're giving them, they pay attention.
Yes.
The music is the backdrop. Come on in, come get this good music. Now that I got your attention again, now you come on in here and let's now educate each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's have our business expo. Let's have a business exchange. Let's put all these wonderful souls, wonderful creatives, guests, artists in one space, safe space, right? And now let's start to build these tiers. Let's build new strategic partnerships. Let's build the future. And that's what Soul Jazz Live, and it's curated to build the future. It is music, it's entertainment, it is business education, it is health and wellness, it's restoration, it's wellness, it's all the things. It's a getaway, and it's all inclusive. We figure it's like one-stop shopping. And we want people to engage in this event for the weekend. We chose Albany, New York, because our nonprofit is registered in the state of New York. One. Number two, it's close enough to everywhere. New York, New Jersey, Philly, Connecticut, Delaware, Boston. It's a quick drive. And we garner with an amazing property that believes in the nonprofit. They believe in the selfless work. And we wanted people to come in and just, everyone deserves a weekend getaway. We know that everybody's been flying as soon as you can fly, but people deserve a getaway where they can just kind of release and take something from it. Nah, this is not about a two-step or party. The Soul Jazz Live is about education. It's about health and wellness, and it's growth. And of course, the music. If you're going to talk about the music's going to make you happy. Mm-hmm. You know, we've got dope. We've got.
Who are some of these artists that we're going to be seeing?
My God!
At Soul Jazz Live.
We've got Jeff Bradshaw, trombonist Jeff Bradshaw, who just dropped his last album with Raheem Devon on there. Frank McComb, trombonist Google Jeff Bradshaw, Joe Scott, Patti LaBelle, amazing trombonist. You got Grammy nominated winner Reggie Hines, saxophonist, is on the bill. You got our good friend Allison Williams, Miss Just Call My Name is on the bill. You've got Peter Collins, amazing vocalist and guitarist, on the bill. You've got James Biscuit Rouse, who's the drum and MD for Lauryn Hill. He has an amazing project out. You have Brooke Alfred, the artist of the violin, who's on there. She is super amazing. Everybody's amazing. Legendary Barbara Tucker for all the house heads. Barbara Tucker will be on the event. You have who else is on the event there? Did I say everybody? No,
Our good friend who doesn't take life serious, comedian talent. It will
listen, man. T is on it, talent's on it, man. The jokes. I mean, if you've never had talent do a show for you, then something's wrong with you. So T, he's handling all the comedy. So whoever the comedians are, he brings. I say, T, I need you to bring this one, and it's going to be a great comedy show on top of that. Melanie Daniels is on it, the amazing Melanie Daniels, Mariah Carey, and so on and so forth. Bishop Terrence Reed, there's two pastors that are going to be on there for some words because there has to be for some reverence, in my opinion. And so it's going to be some reverence. But just man, a full lineup. I'm sorry, Rashawn Odell. How could I forget Rashawn Odell? Rashawn Odell is actually from Buffalo. And he's Brian Culverson's bass playing MD. He's got a dope project out. So there's 12 artists on the festival. I think we're going to add, 2 or 3 more as we're growing up and going, blowing and growing up. We're going to add some top of the year because now the calls are coming in. People are like, oh, this festival's happening. Why are we not on it? And I'm like,
all right. And you have some notables as well, some substance. Dr. Breonna Gaynor, Ted Crawford, Adrian Terry, Kelly Castor. What is everyone contributing in this space? Everyone to kind of get the idea, not just music. It's not just live performance.
So
there
Saturday,
is substance to it. Right?
So here's the substance. On Saturday, there's 6 different seminars that are happening Saturday, where different speakers are moderating, including yourself. And we'll get to June Arch in a minute. Saturday morning, there's a class called Wild Juice Health Seminar. Wild Juice Health Seminar is based on diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol. So at this particular seminar, that's what the class is going to be talking about. We're going to be doing samples on green juicing and smoothies and kind of diving into what needs to go into your body. And that's going to be matched up with the body aerobic class. So there's workout class with the Wild Juice class based on health. There's another class called Generational Wealth, which one of the speakers, Sherlock Dow, will be on that. Terry Coxum, and 4 of the moderators. And this is strictly about your finances, estate planning, where you invest in, annuities, stocks, how to build your credit. We're talking about real estate, and we're diving into finances where the education, these classes will happen. Moving on throughout the day, there'll be Sister Talk, where the Sister Talk class is specifically for the women on self-care, empowerment, gaslighting, women in the workplace. So there's a full panel of sisters just for the sisters. Then there'll be a panel strictly for the men, for the brothers, which you are on, sir. The panel for the brothers, the mental health symposium, is on mental health, depression, anxiety, stress, racism, finances. The brothers are going to talk about mental health. We're going to dive into that because we're men, we hide. We don't always share. And it's important for us to have credible speakers, credible orators on this particular event so we can extract as men. Women, sisters, y'all have girls' night out all the time. But men, we operate differently. So I want the brothers to come together so we can begin to heal, because in the kingdom, we have to be kings. And in order for us to be kings and lead, we got to be strong right here. So that's important to me. There's a relationship panel, which is going to be kind of comedic. It's called the Think Tank, and we're specifically diving into relationships. There's a live open mic, similar to your Hot Chocolate Soul with the band. All of the familiar cats will be there. Mike Davis is hosting that, and Melanie. So that's going to be happening. A little, let your hair down event in the afternoon, and then Saturday night is the gala. So there's so much substance. All of the classes, all of the education. The Business Exchange is actually a full expo now. So we are taking all Black businesses, minority businesses as such, to be a part of this amazing expo on Friday at the hotel. I can't even begin to go down the list who's there, man, but it's so long of how many partnerships are in there. I will shout out a lot of Greeks and fraternities. I want to shout out, the Alphas, the Zetas, the Sigmas, the Qs, the Deltas. So we sent out a Greek sheet. So the Greeks will be there, Greeks Unite weekend. So we have different fraternities, different chapters that I'll be associating with. 100 Black men will be there in heavy support. Some members of 100 Black Women of Color will be there. It's just going to be a powerful event. Coalition, 2 other nonprofits will be a part of it, in our partnership. So we've done heavy strategic partnerships and making sure that we engage together. Anything that's powerful, you got to engage together. And that's the rest of it is on the website, man, because I can sit here and talk about this all day.
No, and I love it. And for those who are really in that space for mental health and mental fitness, there's a star app that you guys could check out right here. It's accentushealth.com, ACCENTUSHELTH.com, accentushealth.com. You can get that on your iOS or your Android device. It's very important. This weekend is going to be one of obviously music and entertainment, but also education, awareness, and wellness. For those who are looking for it, go right to www.ilovemyartistfoundation.org. This nonprofit is doing some amazing things. There was a black tie gala at the end of the weekend to actually raise money and give scholarships. Amazing weekend. Kelley, where can we follow you? How can people log on? How can they support so that this event is not only entertaining, but is also successful?
I'm going to give you three. One, the organization's website, which is in the bottom of the screen, is ilovemyartistfoundation.org. ilovemyartistfoundation.org is the website for the organization, for the nonprofit. For Soul Jazz Live Festival, it's simple. It's www.SoulJazzLive.com. It's SoulLive. You know the rest. Soul Jazz Live. I said that wrong, right? Soul Jazz Live. We're bugging out, man. SoulJazzLive.com. And personally, mine is I am Kelley Andre, Kelley Andre on everything. But more importantly, forget about me. It's all about I love my artists and Soul Jazz Live, what we're doing, all this community, national, and local work. So please, thank you for the follow-up.
I love it. Now I'm going to end with this, Andre. For you, music is a soundtrack to our lives, Brother Andre. Mm-hmm. What song best represents your journey up to this point, or what artist embodies your journey up to this point?
Marvin Gaye. Mm. Marvin Gaye, man.
Nice.
Marvin Gaye.
Is there a particular lyric? I'm gonna put you on the spot now, because you said you ain't been working, but you was working.
Yeah. God's been.
There's a lyric that you could sing for us right now from Marvin Gaye. What could you bless us with?
What's going on? Marvin, there's too many of you dying. Brother, far too many of you dying. You know we gotta find a way just to bring some love in here today. Father, there's no need to escalate. War is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. You know we gotta find a way. And you called me on the early side.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, little what's going on, man.
That is Kelley Andre.
Little what's going on. Nobody sings before 2:00, man.
Man, it's a beautiful thing, brother. We appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you, Joe.
Please like him, follow him. Check out the website. Hopefully, guys, you will make it to the Soul Jazz Live weekend, April 22nd to the 24th, Albany, New York. Supporting the I Love My Artist Foundation. We will be there, open arms for all those looking to be entertained, but also looking to be educated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. Listen, make sure you tell somebody you love them. It may be the last opportunity you have to do so. That is Kelley Andre. Once again, I am your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle Motivate You. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless y'all.
God bless you. Thank you, June. Appreciate you, brother.